Back again, it's been a while on this channel. Wanted to reduce the filming a little bit just because I felt like we were getting a lot of footage, but not as much improvement in between the footage. So just making sure there are differences in intensity. So some weeks will be more low intensity and the high intensity weeks will be filmed. A lot of this today, I saw that you figured out a little bit of a strategy here, and it's really getting to behind him and pulling on the opposite leg up towards his head and then inserting the triangle. Really good strategy, just he was able to counter it the second time. But this is the strategy. So this is a really nice little pry open and then climbing up for the triangle, the reverse triangle. Really nice work. Probably the highlight, the best tactical move of the day. Really excellent work. So obviously when he feels like he'll attack the foot, go for knee bars, and he'll go until he feels something. That's pretty tight. So you just got to be careful there. If you spin wrong, he did have a little Mikey lock there. So just be careful. As you know, those things are tight. So one thing Ed does really well is he gets good attachments. Even though that was a good judo throw, he was able to do that outside leg hook. A little bit of a compromising position on the knee, but I'm strong, and even if he were to fall, I'd probably be able to take it in terms of twisting the right way. But just if anybody were to watch that, just be careful there. He's obviously very good at that, and he knows how to fall in a way that is safe, but just a bit of a compromising position. And then excellent work to get to the back, a little Dagestani handcuff, and then just really nice movement to the back. And so you can see my main defense is to turtle and try and stand up. And the one thing that Ed and Felipe did today that was really good was make sure that I was broken down and flat on my back, even though I was on top of them. So I'm just seeing that they're able to control the arm and keep hooks in. So that's one thing I have to be careful of as I'm turtling, is make sure the hooks don't get in. And just an amazing little arm bar, inverting over the head. Just a nice little takedown, same leg hook, but opposite leg. And that was just a beautiful takedown right into the position he likes. Even though I feel like I'm in above him, potentially attacking his back, this is exactly where he wants to be. Just a beautiful sticky hook there. Get my leg above and elevated, sweeps me, and then gets onto the top position. So this is why Ed's really good. Thought I had a little bit of a good position with that arm drag, kind of a reverse Kimura. Was able to do kind of a judo throw to invert, but he ends up doing a really nice Mikey lock. So you can see the strength. Most people, I can do that cow catcher and they're flat on their mat. I do it to him a couple of times and he is able to escape. And And so one thing that I'm working on right now is more guillotines. And so that's one thing that maybe you should watch out for, is I'm going to be attacking guillotines more. I've decided to commit and in the future be really good. So I just want to have that in my toolbox to have a really nice guillotine. So one thing that I'm definitely going to work on is transitioning to upper body after a failed shot to the legs. So this week I was able to get the single leg a couple of times. One time I had to dragon screw, the second time you actually got to a better position. So I'm going to really not be so insistent and using so much strength on the single leg attempt, going right for the upper body. And then a little shin to shin to single leg X, and then just a beautiful heel hook. Really nice to roll with, and then getting the right pressure. So I'm happy with the way this exchange ended. You had such a good grip on my arm. I had to post out, but I think I won the initial engagement to get you on your butt, but then you progressed and got to this crucifix mount position so well. So I think the problem there was I didn't transition to the upper body fast enough, and gave you a chance to use that little knee tap, pull down single leg that you like. And then from here, like I said, you and Ed did a really good job attacking my turtle, so getting away from you was much harder, and that was because of the hooks. Nice little mat return. Probably should have been a little more getting up here instead of attacking the guillotine, but I felt I had a good grip here, so was going to transition, but you got out there. So one thing turtle whirling allows me is that I can change directions and start wrestling and get to my deep half when you start attacking turtle a little less aggressively, but nice little underhook here and just a beautiful pass. It was that underhook was the key. You dug that underhook in and I should have pummeled in faster, but beautiful knee cut. So I start trying to get up again, and I was just a little bit too stable there. If you were to pull me across, I would have landed on your back, but I was able to stay solid. So that's one skill of mine, is that I'm very difficult to move. And then from here, I nestled in and I got that gable grip behind your back, and I just really trusted in that grip. So even though these omoplatas were very tight, very close, I just trusted that you couldn't break that grip, and then I was able to last through. Beautiful answer to the Peterson roll. It's really about finding that far leg, making sure you can post on that far leg so you don't take an over. There is actually one more move that maybe I will show you that once, even though the Peterson roll is complete, you can get to a good position. Some really nice positional work here. You can see his defense is solid. So this is the best part of his game. You try the same move on him twice and it doesn't work. So you're doing that pull again and he knows that you're trying to elevate his arms. So he attaches his elbow to his ear and then grabs his hand. Yeah, so it's impossible to do that same move again. So you go off, but you can actually see in the mirror, you go into kind of a tornado guard and you do that inverted triangle there, almost get him here, but I think here, one thing that he does really well is his shoulders. It's really hard to choke him because he retracts his body or his neck into his shoulders really well. And so it's really hard to triangle him. And then he just spins, goes for a leg lock, a couple of attempts, and he gets into kind of a good position here. And then he keeps going. But this little Barambolo to the back, really excellent work. So keep watching in the mirror. You guys are off camera, but you can see in the mirror. And then you're going for the back still, but he's still got a good grip on your leg. Underhook, outside leg reap again, a little Kosoto, and then I do the same Uchimata and I go for the front headlock. But it doesn't matter because he does that beautiful little spin. So there's a nice little scramble here. Peterson roll and he tries to crucifix me, but I'm able to get my arm out at the right time with the little ankle grip. And then from here, I go for an ankle lock. Tried to finish it here. Maybe should have been a little more aggressive. Maybe shouldn't have fallen back and let him gotten up. The best way to finish ankle locks is to have him collapsed on a hip. He goes for an inversion. I just get my leg in the right place and roll over him. And then just a really nice little sweep here coming up. I try a little baseball bat choke, doesn't work. He gets that deep half guard. I spin around to re-engage and then re-engages this little X guard here. Gets the under scoop grip on my leg and then extends me away. Just a beautiful little sweep. So really nice use of hand posts to keep his hips facing the ground, making sure he's denying the back by back stepping. And then I go into a little single leg X here because the De La Riva front sweep was open. Then I got into crab ride, and from crab ride, I'm looking for climbing up. So you can kind of see how I like to play guard, harass the feet with a little hook, and then arm drag into an ankle pick. He does a good job pushing me back, and then settling into what he likes, this over-under passing deep half. And then, like I said, I'm trying for guillotines more, but he has excellent guillotine defense, passing to the side control, and then he has confidence that I can't guillotine him here, so he just waits it out and settles into side control. Another example of Ed and you doing a good job inserting hooks and keeping on my back. My Imanari roll is not good anymore, and just an excellent punish. Reset the round. The timing here is so good. You see I pull into the deep half, and then you plant that knee and get that leg out. Just awesome timing right into side control. How does he take me down so well? How smooth is this? You can see how quickly he drops to a leg, gets that low single, and then this is where he likes, so he just works from here. The one submission I can get from guard, this Barada Plata, but obviously he's seen it, so as soon as I try attacking it, it doesn't work. So really nice wrestling from you in this single leg position. It was really hard to take you down. But as soon as you went for the guillotine, I knew I had to ditch out. So I do a little dragon screw. I have the outside of your knee, really close there, really close to landing in mount, but I was able to dragon screw. So this, you can see that the rounds are a little bit out of order. This is the first takedown of the day. I think ankle locks are a little overpowered, especially when I'm as big as strong as I am, so I will attack them lightly just to figure out these positions, and if I can finish, I will. So I made a major mistake here. I shouldn't let you get that leg behind. I thought I'd be strong enough to keep your body pinned with my leg behind you, but you sucked that leg into this position so well. And then from here, I know it's just a matter of time before I get tapped out, so I'm just looking for that Black Widow, like Ed said. That's a good name for it. Start calling it that. That reverse ankle lock or the reverse heel hook on your side. We'll try for that now, but I need to get out here. I should be looking more for defense here. And then the best leg lock move of the day, attacking that far leg lock once I initiate this 50-50. So you attack that far leg, even though I got that near side leg out. That double attack is so hard to stop. So even though this sucks, I have to start getting used to this position and start fighting out of here, because I can't be afraid to shoot for big takedowns, because that's ultimately going to be the strongest style of takedown. And every time I feel like I don't want to work out of this position, it's going to be bad for me. So I just have to accept that I'm going to be fighting out of here a lot whenever I shoot, and shoot more willingly. Beautiful response to the Peterson roll, but what that lets me do is come back and get into a single leg position. So a little chain move there that I figured out, that you have to, I have access to your legs. Once I throw you or try to throw you one way, you post with your one leg, I can grab your other leg. A little dog bar sequence here, and then I should have passed a little too insistent on the dog bar. If I am, I should be willing to fall to my back, because that is the way to finish, with you on top of me. So really good wrestling here. The thing that made it easy for you to stuff his takedown was matching his forehead with your forehead, matching head height. So there was no way for him to change levels and get below you. So that's one thing that I'm not really defensively responsible about with him, is that I have to crouch down and keep my head lower than his, so he can't duck under and take me down. Good rounds this week. See you next week.